and tell me when ready. So once again, RDP must be enabled on Windows 7, and you launch MSF Console on Kali.
I'm ready.
I'm also ready.
You're so quick.
Ready. Ready.
Thank you. So in Metasploit framework, you type the following expression. Use auxiliary. I suggest you using tabs. So you type aux and press tab. DOS, which stands for denial of service. Windows, so denial of service against Windows. RDP, which stands against Windows RDP protocol. Then F12 tab and select this exploit. Next, we need to check options of this exploit. This very simple exploit, which doesn't involve any Trojan embedded, just simply attack and your victim dies, and this is it, just simply nuking. So I type show options, and there are very few options to be configured, such as remote port and remote hosts. What's interesting in this version of this exploit, this as character. So you could target. I will select one single host, set our host. (172.20.07). Tell me if you're ready, if you have activated this exploit, if you have selected this exploit, configured options, and ready to run.
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, I'm also ready.
Run. Oh, it's not available. What's the reason? Oh, because it already died. That's why. You haven't noticed, but I've caught the blue screen. So turn it off, turn it on. I will reboot and try again.
And Peter, how is it possible that it died before executing that command?
I have executed the command, but the command has not received some good response from the target system. Because I've typed run, I did it, but the command, it happens. It happens that denial of service still utilizes buffer overflow attacks, but in many cases they are not guaranteed to run. In many cases, you cannot guarantee that this denial of service will work in this specific way for 100%. So, okay, my Windows 7 has rebooted. I will try once again to see the output. I'm typing run once again, go. oopsie, and just simply reboot it without even the blue screen. It just simply rebooted. Typically, you need to see blue screen to make sure everything works. Okay, does it work for you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Checking my checklist. I go back to material. Need to blah 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 a little bit. This is not what I want to discuss. Different techniques. We still have few exercises to test because the next attack will be distributed denial of service. Actually, I suggest you reading in details about this. They will ask you on exam what is lower lorries, what is smurf, what is amplification attacks, pink of death. Basically what we did, something like pink of death. Nuke, still this is nuking. So I suggest learning this part. Flooding attacks. Let's check how flooding attack may look like. I will show you scene flood attack. This one. So let's do what? Please go to a domain controller because it mostly works good on this machine. Log in and install Wireshark and run Wireshark. On the main controller, you go to Peter Tools. In Peter Tools, please find Packet Capture Wireshark and install version 2.6. I know this is very old version, but I need it for 2008 server. So once again, the current task is to go to the main controller and install Wireshark 2.6 from Peter Tools. You could also launch it and begin sniffing.
Ready.
Good. I have installed Wireshark and running it. Go. Just simply sniffing, nothing else. And yes, you know what? I will run Task Manager to see the load on the system. So I'm going to Performance to monitor how Sniffer impacts performance of this domain controller. Next step is to go to Kali. So basically I have two machines on my display. The main controller with Sniffer running and performance. And now I'm going to Kali. I will just simply switch to the next tab. In this tab, I will type the following command: CEHv13 -s capital, which stands for synflout. Target 172.20.208, which is the main controller. -a is optional. This is spoofing source IP address. So say 172.20.01. I will spoof the router IP address, so the main controller will sniff packets from the router. Dash port, some port which could be open, such as 445, and double dash flout. So I will flout this syn flags with no responses from my side, faking source IP address to some open port. Go. So this is what I have typed on my Kali. What do you see in the main controller, please? Do you have some picture like on my DC?
Yeah, CPU 100.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
exactly the same.
The same.
I will do what? I will go to the next tab, and just for fun, we'll make one more HPing. 3-S 192.20.028 by spoofing another IP address like Windows 7, and port could be 3389 or 389 like LDAP double dash flout. And now really I have full load of CPU and memory, and the expected result is even better. I expect Wireshark to crash in some minutes. You could try stopping that. You could switch the process and see that TCP dump will make processing of this traffic. So it still should be 100% time to time. So Wireshark XZ and dump pickup XZ will switch between the load of 100%. Eventually it will crash, maybe not. Well, that's enough for this demo, maybe. So the purpose of this attack is not only to perform denial of service for specific service, such as database processing application, to slow it down, but also to crash monitoring systems as well. I have stopped my attack, by the way, and see it's still busy. At least memory is not freed. It's still processing my packets.
My
Not
DC
crashed.
already died.
Crashed, yeah? Okay, good. I didn't. Maybe just a little bit later in a few minutes. So back to material. During synflout, you send multiple packets of syn which requires server to preserve a slot for you, to preserve some part of memory and processing power, but you never reply. You just simply, and you see, SYN-ACK actually is being sent to faked senders, to the router and to Windows 7 in my case. So I think they also are processing this load. I'm not multiplying, but kinda multiplying the traffic. Let me show you one more type of attack, which could be done via web. A second. We should have this screenshot somewhere, but I don't see it. Okay, let me show you one more example of attack. For this, I need Windows attacker. Oh, I'm sniffing. This is so stupid. On Windows attacker, I'm going to peer tools. No, CEHv13. In CEHv13, denial of service module, distributed denial of service attack tools. And there are two tools which you could try, CEHv and LOIC. Which one is the best? I don't know. Say, let's try CEHv. This tool also sends a lot of packets to your victim, but how do you utilize this for distributed denial of service attack? An idea is you go to Twitter. You promote some political agenda, such as Donald Trump is stupid, for instance. And let's attack Donald Trump or something like this. And you configure LOIC or CEHv, configure with IP address of your victim. And Twitter supporters say they may click this, download, click, and attack your victim. So you will build botnet of stupid users. Not of computers, but stupid users. You just simply try promoting political agenda. And since you know that the world is split by multiple parties at the moment, so you could always try attacking your victim this way. And this is how it worked previously in Facebook, in other social networks. So you configure this tool, inject it to public, and they will download it and execute. And this could be the best, say, distributed denial of service. I don't see that. I don't see the targets, so probably CEHv doesn't work on this platform. Let me try LOIC. LOIC should be good. So my target is 172.20.0208, for example. Lock on this target. And packets to which port? Port like maybe 3389. Method is utilized for HTTP. Say 100 threads. I don't know what's the best, faster or slower. How actually is going on the main controller? Still works. Let me check. Go. Proper attack method. TCP. Yeah, TCP in this case. Go. And as you might see by CPU time, I'm sending a lot of bullshit requests, and again, it's busy processing my packets. So that's enough. Stop loading. The tool I have used many years ago was a little bit different. This tool was called Click version 2.2. And I was playing around chats, such as IRC chats. So you specify IRC server IP address. You specify IRC server port. You specify your victim IP address, which you can see in IRC chat. IRC victim IP. But you never know the port. So I've guessed the port range, such as 1000 to 3000, for example, range. And you select ICMP error message. Such as destination network unreachable. And when you click attack, go. Faked messages from spoofed IP address of server were sent to victim IP address stating that network is unreachable to ports beginning 1000 to 3000. And the victim, by receiving this packet, got disconnected from the server. Just simply drop the connection. And by this, if I target, say, 10 guys, you disconnect all 10 from chat and become the owner of the channel. This old story shows you that there are applications which are vulnerable to this type of attacks. So it could be also utilized as denial of service idea for applications. One more idea of attack is maybe this one. In Latvia, we have national airplane company, Air Baltic. Air Baltic reservation, seat reservation. So if you reserve a seat in an airplane, this is not about Air Baltic because they are protected from this attack. But the idea, you select the airplane, you put the seat here, and one more tab, you preserve one more seat, and one more tab, you preserve one more seat, until you preserve all the seats in this airplane. And this reservation is kept for 20 minutes. And if you can manage to keep all the tabs updated, so you could lock out all the passengers out of seat reservation and nobody is able to buy a ticket for this airplane. Or maybe cinema seat reservation. You just select seats in cinema, you preserve them for, say, 15 minutes, and nobody is able to buy the ticket. So one more idea of damaging business. Back to material. Countermeasures. Unfortunately, there are no good countermeasures for many attacks. Let's say when we have attacked Windows Server with $MFT exploit, countermeasure is patching. You need to patch your system. I saw a lot of unpatched systems which process critical business data because business is afraid of rebooting. Basically, this is the same for my current company. we are afraid of rebooting our main processing system virtual machines, because when you reboot them, not in the proper order, everything stops working. That's even worse. If you disconnect one of virtual machines from the network, the consequences are unpredictable. Some virtual machines may stop processing bloat analysis just simply because everything in these systems is built on scripting. So scripts just simply present some error message, and this is it. Everything stops. So that's why we are not allowed to move virtual machines across hypervisors. We are not allowed to switch networks, to disconnect network for a minute. No way. And we are not allowed to reboot virtual machines because they will lose connectivity, they will lose connection to each other, and scripts will stop processing bloat analysis. So this is very bad system, but this is how it works in many companies, in many companies. So what you can do against the attack, like absorbing the attack, means you need additional resources. You need additional capacity, such as more hard disks, storages, more CPUs, more memory, more hypervisors, and sometimes even more data centers. Degrading services. When I was quite limited in hardware resources and needed to move physically hypervisor, I was forced to turn off some virtual machines, such as I have turned off secondary domain controllers, I have turned off Windows Update Server, Windows Deployment Server, Certification Authority, some file servers, such as file server of IT department. So I was forced to keep some virtual machines turned off to degrade services, to move top production to another Hyper-V. And this just only calls questions like, is this really countermeasure? Shut down? No. Let me tell it once again how we survived during big denial of service in medical centers. So we have the data center, headquarters DC, with all the servers. And we have multiple medical centers across the country. And they are connected via the same ISP, which is Latvian Telecom. So we have moved those connections to MPLS. So those are point-to-point connections between telecom physical locations. And this is not going like it was before, VPN over internet, not anymore. We are totally connected, all the critical medical centers via MPLS. And that's even more, all the web-enabled servers, which were previously directly connected to the internet, and IP addresses were resolving to this, names were resolving to this IP address. Now we have Cloudflare in the middle. So name resolution is performed to Cloudflare IP addresses, and then Cloudflare masks this from attackers. And internet is used for internet services. And we made even more improvements. Previously, there were routers, 2 MikroTiks running with VRRP, and 2 internet links, primary and secondary. And servers were connected to those routers, in data center, and storage is like here. Now we have moved to another schema, such as 2 switches, and internet is connected to 2 switches. Then it comes to internet routers, and then MPLS routers. So internet and MPLS is processed by different routers. So in case some router is under attack from the outside, from distributed denial of service, the only internet connection is under attack. Our internal services still working via internal routers and switches. So additional hardware is required for this configuration. This is bullshit. Awareness bullshit. Basically, this is good idea in general. It's not necessary for distributed denial of service. If you don't need some service, disable it. If you don't work with this service anymore, perform offboarding. Updates is a must. We have tried buying, not buying, but we were about to buy physical appliance to filter external packets like distributed denial of service appliance, but the price was so high we thought like, maybe next time. So not this, not this. Yeah, Cloudflare is mentioned here. Cloudflare. Basically, this is it. What I can tell you about denial of service and distributed denial of service. I don't have any demos for this. Let's have a big break then. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a big break. Somebody around?
Yes.
Oh, because
Yes,
I don't
yes.
see you. I don't see you. All right.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Maybe you have questions? No? Yes, no? Okay. Let me check what's next. I think it could be a good time to continue with buffer overflow. So yes, let's do it. So basically we go to Kali. Still working, good. We go to Kali and check a few more exercises with Metasploit. So I'll log into Kali. And MSF console is ready. Please prepare your Metasploit console, Metasploit framework console. Good. And let's try one simple exercise. A second. All right. Users are calling. So let's try some attack against 2008, which is Eternal Blue. So let me explain an idea of how Metasploit could be utilized for those attacks. Previously, we have tested one simple auxiliary module. Now let's go to some exploit together with remote command line. So I'm typing this, use exploit /Windows, exploit for Windows. And if you double tap, you will see how many operating systems are supported and how many actually types of exploits exist in Metasploit. And let me say, Metasploit could be installed on both Windows and Linux machines. So Kali comes with some updated version of Metasploit. You can also go to Rapid7 website and request your free copy of Metasploit framework. Framework is it is just like simplified version of Metasploit Professional. Professional costs some serious money, but you could play around with framework, which provides you quite good functionality as well. And let me recommend some books. A book for Metasploit. Maybe this is a good beginning. It's a very short book, very simple. It could be the good beginning to try it. And the current version is 6 probably, because in my Kali it's 6. I don't know if 7 is out. Even in this book you could try it. This very old book. I mean, I don't know if we have anything new in the package. So anyway, it's a good idea to get familiar with Metasploit with some book, and then go install the updated version and try exploits. So anyway, this is the constructor which could be used to attack vulnerable system with exploit, and during open door you could inject your malware such as virus or remote command line, remote command shell. I will show you how to build a very simple attack. So I'm using the command use exploit for Windows, and still there are a lot of exploits, not specifically for Windows, but for Windows-based applications as well. But in this case, yeah, I will utilize exploit against Windows component and against SMB protocol. And then double tabbing what we have against SMB. Let's say not necessary to have all of this to be exploits. Like, yes, this one is exploit, and this one is just simply PSExec built into exploit. Okay, so I'm taking this exploit, MS17, Eternal Blues. It needs to be configured in two ways. First, you specify target. So show targets may present you a list of affected systems. I will not change the target. The default automatic targeting works well for this specific exploit, but I just simply know that I will attack this one operating system. So I'm attacking Windows Server 2008 R2, not changing target. Show options. And in options, you could see two parts, such as options for exploit itself and payload. By payload, we understand our virus, which will be injected into target machine. So again, exploit only opens the door, and then payload is some Trojan you inject into this door. Talking about configuration of exploit itself, the only thing which is required at the moment is our hosts. So set our host 172.20.208, and everything else is pre-configured or optional. Next is payload. This time I will not change this payload. I'm quite happy with this. So I see that payload targets Windows. So this is going to be Windows executable 64-bit. And this specific executable is called Meterpreta. This is advanced command line for attackers. And this command line will be packed with netcat, connecting back to attacker in reverse way by using TCP connection. Because you could customize sometimes, say, set payload. You don't do this, just simply watch. So say payload for Windows x64, like what type of payloads exist, like Meterpreta. I don't know what's p-inject. P stands for executable. Inject, I haven't tried it. I don't know. PowerShell bind. PowerShell, good idea to have remote PowerShell. VNC inject, I have not tried this one. I like Meterpreta actually, so I'm happy with Meterpreta. What I want to show you is that Meterpreta has a lot of ways to connect to attacker. And bind means you connect to your victim. Reverse means the victim connects back to you. And there are plenty of transports such as HTTP connection, TCP connection, and sometimes even, I don't see, DNS connections. So anyway, I'm skipping the default I'm executing reconfiguration and I'm leaving the default configuration. I'm happy with MetaPreta, with reverse TCP connection back to my machine in this case. And the listening host is my Kali machine, and listening port is 4444, the default port. That's quite good. So again, what's done? I have selected an exploit against Microsoft Windows SMB protocol, which exploits the specific vulnerability MS17010. You could Google what's that. I could specify target of my attack if I want, or in case automatic targeting doesn't work, I could specify another payload, a virus actually. Configured a few options of the exploit itself. I'm happy with those default options. Go. Just simply run. Oh, exploit. Stop. I have exited. Why I have exited MSF console? Suspended. I have pressed something. No. Can I go back? No. Let me check how to get to suspended job. Maybe resume, just simply resume. No, command not found. G. Okay. Misclicked something, so get dropped out of Metasploit. Okay, so run. Nothing will happen. Nothing should happen for the user on attack machine. But at the same time, I will be working in the background. Oh no. Well, it happens with this exploit time to time, I know. Could you please also try run and tell me if it works for you?
Yeah, it works. I mean,
yeah, it works for me.
Okay, good. Because rebooting up and exploiting, well, it just simply happens time to time to me. Yeah. I will try it once again after reboot. Okay, maybe SMB ready for connections. All right, I see sending stage, which means I'm sending MetaPreta to that machine I'm in. So what are the possibilities of MetaPreta command shell? Help. You will see a list of commands, and let me show you a few of them. First, you could check process list by issuing command ps. That's the process list. You see the name of the process, ID, and the user account, which is very important because if you attack limited user account, you cannot perform system-related tasks. Okay, but the question is, where am I? Get process ID, get PID. I am in the PID 12676, and this is pulse VXZ. So basically, I'm running as DLL injected into this XZ. Okay, good. What can we have in here? Get user ID. I'm sure I will have system privileges. So get user ID. I'm system. In this scenario, in this specific scenario, I would like to continue playing around with administrator. Say admin is logged in. I want to sniff keyboard. I want to make screenshot. If I do it with system, system has no keyboards. System does not type anything on the screen. So that's why sniffing keyboard on the system is useless. So administrator is in. I can enumerate processes once again, PS, and I see that there are a few processes running as administrator, for example, Explorer XZ. Okay, so I'm typing migrate, and the process ID for Explorer XZ is 1580. There you go. I'm moving to admin. This could represent additional challenges in case user account control is enabled. You could lose privileges. But I know that on this server, Explorer XZ runs with all privileges, so I'm happy. I could check it by command get privs. So I see that I have a lot of privileges, so definitely this is admin account. Next, I'd like to listen for keyboard. So I'm typing this, key, scan, star. Now keyboard logger is running in the background. So administrator navigates to the browser, navigates to www.bank.com. And I can see this in Metasploit by issuing command escan dump. And you see, so notepad, bank.com, and so on. I can try making screenshot, screen tab, screen share. Will provide like remote assistant session, screenshot, just simple screenshot. Okay, let's check what's in. File system, USR, share, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Responder. Typically, it drops a screenshot to your desktop, but I was launching Metasploit from this folder. Responder, and where's my screenshot? Where's my screenshot? Logs, responder logs. Okay, this is how it looks like, the screenshot of that session. Okay, good. Next, what could I do next is, say, load Mimikatz. And this version of Metaproter, it's called Kiwi, load Kiwi. And this is the extension of Metaproter. So if you call help once again, you will find extended list of commands. So Kiwi commands are added to the list of commands of Metaproter. Well, to dump passwords, I need to get system. So get system. I am running in admin user account. And according to this help, credentials all. And this is it. Could you please try the same? And list of commands to be executed. What I did: ps get feed, migrate, get user ID as well, migrate and process ID of admin. Then I checked my privileges, get privs. Then I launched keylogger, scan start, scan dump. Then I have dumped the screen, range shot. Then I have loaded Kiwi, and in Kiwi I've typed get system and credentials all. And tell me if it works for you, or maybe you need assistance.
Yeah, done.
Thanks.
Done.
Good, very good.
I can migrate it. Can you look at my screen, please?
A second. I'm connected to your machine. Okay, show me. Get user ID system, migrate. Oopsie.
Maybe I
Now successfully.
choose wrong ID.
Oh, yeah, it happens. Okay. Get user ID. Oh, key scan start. So you type key scan and double tap. You could complete commands with tab. Okay, type something on the machine. Okay. It works. Mimikatz. Load Kiwi. Load space Kiwi. Go. And check help. You will see commands. And the first command is get credentials. Credentials all. Okay, now type get system. Single word, get system. Good. And call credentials all once again. So everything is good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this is it with this exercise. And let me explain a little bit how it works. So you could exit this session by command exit, or you could put the session to a background like this, and then return to the session. I will exit because we will have more sessions from few more exercises. Let me explain why it works this way. For this, you may have on your desktop on Linux buffer.c source code. And this one. So what actually is going on in this small program? We preserve some byte space for name. We preserve some byte space for command, just 2 variables designed to keep the name of the user and execute some command like this one. Command is not defined in this piece of code. We could define it, but don't need. Name is asked from a user. This is to present you the memory allocation between those values. You see, the idea is that when you allocate 10 bytes on 64-bit architecture, you cannot allocate 10 bytes in memory. You need to allocate a page, and page size is 32 bytes. The same like this, you cannot allocate 100 bytes. You can allocate 4 pages, which takes 128 bytes. That's why I print here the distance between 2 memory pages to understand how much additional data I need to put into value to perform buffer overflow attack. But in general, so it asks you, what's your name? And request the name from user. And this function has no boundaries. You could type whatever text you want. It's not checked for boundaries, so it's not requesting 10 characters from you. You could type 1 character, 10, or maybe 100 characters. And by this, you overwrite this part of memory. And then this part of memory is executed. So it could be compiled. Maybe you will find this text in your labs. It could be. I have compiled this text, and it's here. So I'll just simply switch to command line. Where's my command line? Okay, and this one. Buffer. Maybe let's see it all together like this. The text of the command, text of the executable, and the executable itself. So this is the address and memory of this value, and address and memory of this value, and the distance 30 bytes because this is 64-bit architecture. What's your name? Here it says hello Pierre, and basically it does nothing else, because command is not defined. Now I will do it in a little different way. My name is Pierre. 10 bytes. 10 more bytes. 30 bytes. 32. If I will type more, this will override this part of memory, because 32 bytes are preserved instead of 10, and then the next memory page begins. And what I can type here, for example, IP address, and this part of memory will be placed into this part command and will be executed. So that's my name. It says hello, your name, and also executes additional command. Or say one more example. What's your name? Pierre. 10, 20, 30, and then cut etc password. So it shows me the content of pass of the file because this part of memory was written here and was executed. So this is very simple example of buffer overflow. In many physical attacks, real-world attacks, you don't know how much space is between two memory reservations. So there is no like pointer, you have 32 bytes. That's why penetration testers try different length of bytes, and this is why we have NOP modules in Metasploit. You could inject a megabyte, 2 megabytes into this input. Again, this is invalidated input without boundaries. And then they try some machine language commands to see if they work or not.
Peter, can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to be precise with the length?
In this case, we just simply call bash command, and yes, you need to be precise. Let me show you how. Now I'm typing something which will be executed in command line. If I type blah blah, this will not be executed. If I type few spaces, that's okay. And this will be executed like if you type in command line space 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 IP8. Yeah, this will be executed. So you could inject 100 bytes like this, and then type HTTC password. Yes. So you don't need to be precise in here with spaces. You just need to understand that this is Bash language. So type something intelligent in Bash language, and this is okay. Still works. Because exactly this part of command was executed. So Bash just simply ignored spaces. Well, that was very basic explanation of what is buffer overflow. Now let's try few more buffer overflows. For this, yeah.
If I may ask, are we expected to find such vulnerabilities and develop exploits in practical exam?
Not in CEH. In OSCP, yes, but not in CEH.
Thank you.
Well, few more vulnerabilities to be tested. Next vulnerability, I would like to show you how it looks like for browser vulnerability. You probably have heard this many times that some specific browser has vulnerabilities, say Firefox, Google Chrome, or anything. So let's compile an attack against a browser. So use exploit. I'd like to show you something which works on many operating systems. You see, I'd like to attack the main controller. It has Firefox installed. You could check what Firefox version. This is important because of the version, and exploits always target specific version. What is my about options? No. Advanced? No. What is my about? Maybe just simply about? No. General. What is my Firefox version? I'm looking for my Firefox version. Help EBL. Here. About Firefox, yeah. Yeah, so I will specify an exploit which works on Firefox from version 38 to 41. I know this is very old, but I don't have exploits for the new one. This exploit is not guaranteed to run from the first time, so please have some patience. Let me show you some vulnerability for multiple operating systems. Don't repeat this after me. Just simply, I will type single expression. This is it. So use exploit multi. In this folder, they keep exploits which are compatible for multiple operating systems. And say, for example, Adobe Flash or Google Chrome or Firefox, Java, running on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. In this case, if I specify multi-browser vulnerability against browser and say it was very good one, Firefox Web Idle injection, it was guaranteed to run, it was so good. And I will just simply try it to show you how it looks like in configuration. Browser, Firefox, Web Idle injection, show targets. Targets. Oh, it doesn't present you a list of targets. Maybe I will select another exploit. Browser, Java, JMX bin. And show targets. Yeah, you don't need to repeat this. I just wanted to show you that some exploits are universal. And changing target is important to put the good payload. Native payload for Windows is Windows executable. Native payload for Linux is Linux executable. Generic is very simplified payload, which will run on Java language, not in Windows language or macOS language. So typically I try avoiding like generic payloads and target specific operating system, but not in this case, because in our case, let's select specific vulnerability against Windows version of Firefox. So please type use exploit Windows browser Firefox, and that's the only exploit like this. Then targets. Okay, show targets. It has the only target of a specific Mozilla Firefox running on Windows. Okay, good. Options. So again, it has a payload precompiled. Okay, let it be. This one. How to configure this exploit? You need to specify port, URI path, and IP address to listen on. I agree with 000, that's okay. But I need to change port and URI path. So set server port 80. We will listen on port 80. And set URI path. It could be like PowerGym, for example. And when the browser navigates to, for example, www.powergym.com/powergym, and this is exactly this part, /powergym subfolder. If you want to specify the root, so you type root like this. So for testing purposes, you can type root, and this is good. Like this. If you don't specify URI path, it will be random. You don't want it. So next, so what I see, this one is done. This one is done. This is not 64-bit. This is 32-bit. Let me double check with my Firefox. I'm going to the machine and check processes. Yes, the Firefox is 32-bit. If you will specify 64-bit exploit, it will not run. I mean, not exploit, but payload. Because this is the injection as DLL. So this is 32-bit. I'm happy because this one is also 32-bit. So nothing to configure anymore. Run. What happened? It has prepared a web server which is listening on port 80 and responding on port 80. Also, it has prepared the responder with netcat and listening on port 4444. So basically, 2 ports are prepared and listening. How to attack the victim? Victim needs to navigate to this URL, such as 172.20.100. And this is the root, So I've sent something. Have no idea if this works. It worked. It worked and it scrolled. But basically, this is what I have noticed. So when you see sending stage, it means exploit has worked and payload is being sent. What else? This exploit tries to migrate the system. It was done automatically. Well, let it be like that. Now the session is ready. How to interact with the session? To list sessions, you type sessions. To interact with the session, you type sessions-interact session number 2. And you're in. So what basically was done? First, select exploit. Next, configure port URI path. Next one, run. On a victim, navigate to Kali in browser. Next, in Kali, if session is established, type sessions-i and session number. Does it work for you, please? Sometimes you need to repeat this 5 times, unfortunately. But tell me if it works. Don't end the session. I will show you what to do next. Somebody needs help, please tell me.
Yeah, I would need your help, Peter.
Right, checking your PC. it's already in use. You know what? Let's perform cleanup. Close Metasploit and restart from scratch. It says you're already listening on port 80. Just simply exit, type exit, and make sure you don't have Metasploit running in other tabs. Close all tabs you don't need. Okay, good. Now MSF console. Exploit, Windows, browser, Firefox. Okay. Show options. Oopsie. Yeah, no payload configure, but this payload is good one. Show options. Set server port 80. And set URI path route. Run. Something still listening on port 80 on your machine. You have one more. This is it. Yeah. Okay. Try again. Run. Go. Go to your
Thank you,
victim.
Peter.
Let me see it. Go to victim. 2008. It's on your screen. No, not this one. 2008 victim. No. 2008. The main controller. Okay, good. Navigate to this URL, which is Linux 172.20.
Which one, Peter?
172.20.0.100. Kali IP address. Go. Switch to Kali. Sending. Doesn't look good. Could we arrange both windows to the left, to the right, to see both attacker and victim?
Okay, I'll try.
Look at this. You take it and move to the left. And you select the C. So it failed. Okay. Something suspicious. CPU use. Okay, let me close this one. Doesn't look good. Okay, and process. Let's try it once again. Go, navigate to Kali. Still doesn't look good. Let's wait for a few seconds. If not, restart again. It happens, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work.
You meant restart that exploit or
Firefox.
machines?
Just Firefox. kill it in Task Manager, yeah. Go. As I told you, sometimes it takes 5 attempts. It happens, unfortunately. You know, one more option is to uninstall this Firefox version and install 27, which is guaranteed.
I think I'll watch.
Okay, good. Still, you saw it in action, so basically nothing to tell. Let's continue. For those who had succeeded, let's continue the attack. So next part is, let me show you this. If you go to network settings and go to firewall and enable firewall with all blocking enabled. This does not change anything. Could you please tell me why? What could be the reason? Why enable firewall doesn't help?
I would say outgoing HTTP is not limited.
That's correct.
Anyways.
There are 2 outgoing connections. First, outgoing HTTP, which is not filtered. And second, the reverse TCP from Metapreter within Netcat. So reverse TCP connection, outgoing TCP connection. That's why firewall doesn't stop it. But what I can do to advance, to continue my attack, is to disable firewall. It's like execute -file, and then it could be in single quotes, cmdc mesh, and you know what's next? Advanced firewall, set all profiles, state off, go. And you see now it's all red. So outgoing HTTP is enough for this attack. Next, I need to do what? I want to encrypt data with a virus. To make it a little bit more spectacular, I will migrate to admin, and you could do it all together with me. So PS, a list of processes is here. Next, I will migrate to Explorer Z. Migrate, this is 1580. Go. I'm in, get PID. And then I will upload something to admin profile. Upload from Kali desktop virus.exe. It should be located on my desktop. Virus.exe, do you have it? Maybe you have it, virus.exe.
Yes.
What is it? Yes, okay, good. I don't see my version. Where is my virus? But it's here. Okay, good. It's case sensitive. So virus.exe, go. Completed. So I have uploaded it to target machine. To what folder? Get working directory. So I have uploaded this virus to system32. This application was written with auto-it, which does not really want to run from system32. I could try. It's like execute -f C Windows system32 virus.exe, but it's not guaranteed to run from system32. Ready? Okay, let me do it like this. Yeah, you see, unable to open script file. So that's why I will execute one more command. Execute -file CMVC copy Windows System 32 virus XZ. By this, I show you that you can upload something to your victim and perform some basic operations with files. Copy to C Windows virus XZ. And then I can execute this from C Windows. Single quoted and single quoted, go. So could you please achieve the same result? So upload virus, move to another folder and run it. Then you could kill it. You want kill 2000. I will be happy if you will get familiar with basic operations.
Success.
Thanks.
Got it.
Okay. What's the reason you always succeed? How come? Maybe somebody needs assistance, please tell me.
By the way, Peter, now it's working. It was just after 6 times or 7 times, and
yeah,
and it worked, yeah. But
I suppose so. Yeah,
I'm a bit behind right now.
Not a problem. Put this into single quotes. Put single quote in here and single quote at the beginning. No. Look at this. So put single quote here and single quote here. And then type command execute -f. Just simply type execute. Type with your keyboard execute -f.
I can't just write anything right now. I don't know why.
It's not active. Try now. Okay. Execute -f and check the and do what? Enable firewall. Before running this, go to victim machine and enable firewall. Not this machine, please. Look at this. Let me show you. You're always switching in a long way. To the left is Kali. To the right is your current victim. And it's here, 2008. It's here. So go to network settings, right click and go to network settings. Right click the computer icon. This one. Go to network center. Go to Windows firewall to the left. Left bottom. Yeah, enable all the firewall. It's to the left. To the left, it's here. Enable everything. Okay. And now execute command on Linux. And you see, so this is very simple. Now upload a virus to admin session. Are you in admin session?
I suppose so.
Get user ID. Get UID. Open full screen this command line. Good. PS. Move 2552. On the bottom, explore XZ. Migrate, type migrate. Yeah, this one. Go. Because this application will present some picture on admin desktop. That's why. Okay, good. Upload virus.exe. Try simply virus.exe without path. Just simply type virus.exe. Okay, home Kali. Yeah, you could specify .desktop or full path. Yeah, home Kali desktop. Virus.exe. Go. It's done. Now execute -f. Type execute -f quoted single quote. Let me help you. CMDC copy. Copies. C Windows System32. No. Can I handle /? Okay, I can help you actually. Go Windows System32. No. I'm helping you with /. So type System32. Now /. Now virus.exe. Yeah. And destination. No. Go up. Destination path. Space C Windows. Just directly in C Windows. Just to remove from System32. Let me help. This one. C Windows. And one more /. That's okay. Single quote and go. So the file should be copied. Now execute it. -file. Single quote. C Windows. virus.exe. And single quote. Go. It works. Technically, you could prepare this text in Notepad and just simply copy paste to Kali the whole text. It will be executed in seconds.
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
Okay, it looks great. Now, one more example of buffer overflow. It requires one more exploit, but I will reinitialize Metapreter. No, not Metapreter, but Metasploit. So exit from this session, exit from Metasploit, and restart Metasploit. Just to perform cleanup, because we will need one more web server. And also, yeah, that's it at the moment. So please prepare the clean Metasploit console, and we will continue. I'm waiting for you, for your readiness.
Ready.
Okay, good. Good. So use exploit Windows file format. We will create maliciously crafted document. And this specific file format, yeah, there are a lot of file formats for different kind of applications. What I want to do is this one, MS14 RTF. So MS14 17 RTF. This one. Well, this will be maliciously crafted RTF, which causes buffer overflow in very old Microsoft Office version installed on your Windows 7 machines. So first we need to compile this RTF. Show targets. You see that it targets Office 2010 Source Pack 2 running on Windows 7. You don't need to change anything in here, just to inform you that this is the target. Show options. And now you need to specify options. So show options. And still, it has selected automatically native Windows executable Metaprata with reverse TCP. I'm happy with this. This is very okay. And just specify file name. And set file name. You need some part of social engineering. In Spring, Latvians fill their annual reports to National Tax Service. And National Tax Service may return some money from medical expenses, from educational expenses. So I will name it, set file name 2025 underscore tax return.rtf. RTF is important. And just simply exploit. So maliciously crafted document was created and saved as you see here. Done? Was it simple? Good.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. Next, I need to deliver this file to my victim. And I will do it this way. Copy 2025. It's not tabbing, so I will do it like this. Paste selection, copy this file to var 3w html. So this one. I have copied this file to Apache web server and need to run the server probably. And it's like service Apache 2 start. So the file is copied to Apache folder, and the victim needs this file to be downloaded. Before we switch to victim, let's prepare the second part of the attack on Kali. We need one more exploit. Use exploit multi-handler. This exploit is not actually exploit. This is just the empty placeholder for incoming connections. So you need to specify Qt payload. So the payload should be very the same as here. So my payload is set payload Right click, paste selection, go. And you need to configure this payload this time. Show options. In options, I see that default port is specified, listening host is not specified. Set listening host, my Kali. So what was actually done? First, select exploit for RTF. Configure, file name, and run. Next, copy file to war3w HTML. Next, service Apache 2 start. Next, select one more exploit. Select exploit multi-handler. Specify payload. Configure payload. Run. So now you're still listening on two ports. Port 80 is under Apache and port 4444 for Metapreter. Now it's time for victim. And this is Windows 7 victim machine. On victim machine, I navigate to this website. In Internet Explorer. So I'm navigate to 172.20.100. But basically, this is just the configuration page. So you need to specify / file name 2025 _ tax _ return .rtf. And save this file to desktop. Was it hard by this moment?
No.
Okay, good. So it's on the desktop, and it was downloaded from the web. So it may be recognized as external file. Do you remember why it shows you this one? What was the reason for this? Because of alternate file stream. And this, let me, probably I haven't discussed this. Yeah, let me show you what is this. On the desktop, if you show everything with streams, you will see that not only your reports contains surprise, but also tax return contains some zone.identifier. You could call Notepad to figure out what is this. Notepad 2025 tax return column zone.identifier. And this zone ID actually corresponds to internet zone in control panel internet settings. It says it was downloaded from the internet. Zones could be from 1 to 4. This is exactly where you define zones, such as 1, 2, 3, and 4. You cannot launch anything from restricted zone. If you save here 4, it will not run. If you say something else, 1, 2, 3, then it depends on this level of security here. And when you download files from the web, your browser adds this identifier here automatically. If you select unblock, this identifier will be removed, and the file will be considered as local. But this is just the additional explanation. You don't need to take this into account like as a victim. If you want, you could unblock. If not, just simply double click and this is it. When you double click, it will ask you that this file was downloaded from internet. And that's why it asks you. So close activation, enable editing, and unfortunately, you need to reopen it once again because of this zone identifier. And now when opening, you see what happens. Just simply opening this file, it activates Metapreter, and Metapreter has incoming connection. Then you know what to do. Migrate, upload, disable, and so on. So does it work for you, please?
Not for me. The exploit crashes the word and don't create a session.
Just make sure you have specified 32-bit version exploit of payload. Because this one works really good. Somebody needs assistance?
Probably me. You change the stream number?
No, I haven't changed. You can do it if you want.
Because I didn't change it, and I opened the file, but on the Metasploit, the connection is not opened.
Okay. Let me check your PC. Shouldn't be a problem. Give me a second. All right, close file in Word, close the Word, and reopen once again to see how it happens. Show me Kali.
Right now it's open.
Yeah, because the first time it asks you if you want to open files from the internet. That's the reason. So basically you did everything okay. All right, we can go to the next material. Now you know the basics of Metasploit, you know the book, how it looks like, everything else up to you. Oh yes, let me show you one more idea. It looks stupid if victim navigates to, where's my victim DC? Navigates to Kali IP address, isn't it? Could you please suggest me the method of attack so victim should not type IP address in URL? I will perform cleanup, by the way, and relaunch this exploit against Firefox. Service Apache to stop, and use exploit. Windows browser Firefox. So it's sort of port 80 and URI. Fluid. Exploit. So again, this looks kind of stupid when you need to type in IP address. Let me show you an idea. And yes, by the way, if you don't believe that Firefox or that firewall cannot prevent this attack, so I will enable firewall totally. So to not to type URL manually, you can do it like this. You could specify in options homepage such as www.powergym.com, like this one. And every time you open Firefox, it will navigate to homepage automatically. That's the first idea. The second idea, to combine multiple attack vectors. If I go to attacker machine, if I go to Kane, in Kane, I will perform sniffing and APR spoofing between DNS server and DNS client. The only issue is that in this current configuration, DNS client is the computer itself. ipconfig, because this is the main controller. So DNS is, I will specify another DNS in network settings to make it a little bit more simpler. So IP version 4 and DNS is 10.20.02.03. Should be good. And now I will sniff between the router and the main controller. And the DNS should be powergym.com to point to 172.20.100. And maybe that's enough, basically. Go. So now as we might see, two computers participate in attack. Windows Kali performs DNS spoofing. Windows Kane performs DNS spoofing. Kali and Metasploit provides exploit. So now the victim, which is the domain controller, navigates to this website, be it homepage or just simply manually. You can do it like this. Powergym.com. Go. And you see that something happens. Also, if you specify the homepage of powergym.com, sending stage, you see, session is open. And I'm behind the firewall. Did I do anything wrong? Tell me. Just in Firefox, I can set up a little bit different homepage like this. Or no, I can do what? I don't need to change anything in here because the client is just a client. You go to attacker machine and add one more resolution of the www.powergym.com to point to the same Linux. So now this is going to work. And say if victim does anything bad. No, just simply launches Firefox and should be infected. Why? Why? Because cache, I know. ipconfig flush DNS. Firefox still bad. Okay, I will not spend more time for this. So do you understand that the victim just simply opens the browser and gets infected in seconds, and that's it. And Firefox and firewall doesn't help. Did the victim do anything wrong? No. Just simply navigated to the web, and that's it. Maybe what's wrong, the victim works with admin privileges. Okay, I want this test to be performed at the best, at its best. So once again, ipconfig push DNS ping just to check www.powergym.com. Yeah, everything is good in here. A victim which runs behind firewall just simply opens the Firefox and gets infected immediately. Maybe you have questions about this type of attack. Or is everything clear? All right. If no questions, let's have a break, coffee break, and we will continue with session hijacking web attack vectors after the break. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Да. Поэтому смотри, подумай, где ты хочешь выстроить его. Хочешь на первом этаже, пойдем на первый. Хочешь на этом этаже, сделай.
Где хочешь.
На первом здесь можно это делать безнаказанно, никто не видит.
Ну да.
Но в каком помещении ты это хочешь сделать? А я уберу отсюда эти доски.
Да. Потому что тут близко некоторые. И я могу где-то там, даже или там могу, или здесь могу поставить где-то не готово.
Да, я беру сюда.
Что уже не твое.
И там сам стулом побить. Слишком далеко задвигал стул, и потолок побить. Ой. Ты можешь, не знаю, можно найти пропылесосить еще. Ты можешь думать, что такое брать рельсы. Ну, они там лежат.
Сначала рельсы поставлю, а потом...
Сначала рельсы поставить, да. Домик пусть тебе Лена принесет, может быть. Что дальше?
Да.
Молодец. Плотины, что ли, несколько раз. Домики стояли плотины. Вроде крышку принесу его на крышу. Да не спеши, сначала положи, потом уже лицезрение.
Ага. Тогда... Тут отвернуть. Время? Нет, нет. Папа, я не знаю,
Технически складно. Сначала сложить какой-то прямо, построить формулу, а тогда уже все пощелкали. Пока будем заниматься, ты не сильно болтай, хорошо? Неправильно делаешь. Если тебе что-то мешает, отложи в сторону. А в какой-то внутри доставать не надо. Так ты всех мешаешь. Мешает, просто в сторону должен. Потом получится надо обратно. Тогда у тебя все растет и бесплатно. Да, правильно. Сначала прикидывай, как это пойдет. Может быть, ты захочешь сделать. Ну, ты смотри, я формулу сложно сюда. Это тоже будет. Не помню, да. Тоже мешает, потом все равно. А здесь это сильно свидетельствует. То есть, время. Давай с них поднимемся, поднимемся. Интересно. И в разные стороны смотрят. То есть ты тебе больше понятно. Например, ты заходишь. Он так 8 штук поставит. Я считаю, что у тебя стоит 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ага. Да. Окей, хорошо, не будет так. Это не так. Да. Попробуй. Вот ты так тоже хочешь, что это не так не поставить. Причем у меня даже так, что так. Если не строим, то посередине у тебя получается много места. Так, все. Вот, там смотри, что можно сделать. Если ты пустишь, ну, даже скинешь сюда, можно еще так, и, а потом другую. Вот тут смотри, и я не понимаю, речь тоже делаю, нужно их уберечь, а ты вот такой пилин поставил, что вот так вот уберечь. Все, мне пора на занятия подниму. You here?
Yes.
Maybe you're ready. You're hiding from camera all the time. Okay.
Hiding in the shadow.
I see hackers.
Yeah, I'm really ugly, so.
All right, so let's continue with session hijacking, if you don't mind. What is this? I will skip something we have discussed before, like spoofing. It's okay. Application. Yeah, that's the good idea. What is actually the session? No, I want it from exercise. So let's go to exercise and let it be Firefox, maybe on the main controller as well. It doesn't really matter. Just any computer with Firefox. Should it be the main controller? Doing good. So please make sure to stop all attacks before continuing. And yeah, I will stop this one as well. I say stop it. No location, close it. End process. Yeah, now it's done. So Firefox, and let's go to goodshopping.com. So the URL is www.goodshopping.com. Let me check if it works. Yeah, it works. So that's the URL. This one. You can log in, and the username is username Good Shopping Smith, and the password is Smith. Log in. Not now. Once again, Smith. I said login. Something is not working. Contact login Smith. Smith123. Yeah. So okay. The username is Smith and the password Smith123. No, it's okay. This website is faked. It doesn't work actually like a shop. It's running on 2016 with the purpose to demonstrate vulnerabilities. So if you are logged in, items are in your cart, you have some price or something, but you're authenticated. And then it appears some little problem. I'm not sniffing attacker machine. So I've missed login. I've missed this username and the password, and I don't know, I cannot sniff them anymore. The session is already established. What can I do next? I still can sniff, but I can sniff the session ID. So for this exercise, I'm going to attack a machine with Kane and continuous sniffing, spoofing between the internet router and 2008 because it runs Firefox. So if you go back to material, where is it? CH. So we go like this. So the user works here and navigates to this goodshopping.com. That's why I'm sniffing in between the router and 2008. That's the reason. Go. On top of this, I need Wireshark. So where is my Wireshark? It's here. And sniff again. Tell me if you're ready. If you are logged into Good Shopping on DC already. And spoofing and sniffing traffic. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
And the thing we would like to sniff from the network is QKey. So in filter, type http.qkey, enter. That's the first step. The second step, you need to click somewhere on victim machine, say home. And when I click home, I I sent my cookie to the web server because I'm identified and authenticated. And now cookie was sniffed from index ASPX. Cookie is valid for specific URLs, not for everything. So in this case, I see cookie in HTTP content. This is it. So please copy this cookie, like right-click, copy as printable text, for instance, or copy value. And then drop it to Notepad to make sure you see it, you recognize that. And it could be split by halves, by cookie name and cookie value. That's first. Second, you also need URL. So URL equals, URL is here. So goodshopping.com /index ASPX, HTTP, 3w goodshopping.com /index ASPX. And the name, cookie name equals this one, and value equals this one. So please make sure to find it in traffic and stop sniffing. You don't need sniffing anymore. And let's synchronize. I'm waiting for your response, like I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You're always ready. I'm not listening to you. What about others?
Ready as well.
Thank you. So, okay. Now I launch Firefox on attacker machine. What about Firefox? This website is optimized for Firefox. It does work in browsers like Internet Explorer or something. So in Firefox, on attacker machine, I navigate to the same website, such as TW, goodshopping.com. I can check index ASPX as well, but not sure if it will open. I try to download something from Mozilla.org. I don't want. Come on, give me goodshopping.com. Go. I'm not sniffing. No. No, I'm not sniffing. No. Where's my good shopping? Stop this shit. So, okay. Once again, Firefox. I don't want this. I don't want this. Go away. I want my good shopping. Give me my good shopping, please. So that's the problem with Firefox. Yeah. Name resolution works, and okay, it works. Go, go, go. That work for you?
No, I have the same
It
problem.
works. Yeah.
Oh, eventually it works. Eventually
In Chrome.
in Chrome. Okay, if you could repeat this in Chrome, could be good as well. Why not? So next, I press F12 and go to storage part. So to get there, I've pressed F12. Went to debugging mode, developer mode. Okay, and no, I need cookie for 3W. Something about 3W or something. 3W good shipping. Interesting, because this is quite very the same. I see the issue. Please do what? On attacker machine, please go to system32 and patch hosts. It has host file enabled. That's why. So on Windows system32 drivers etc, and it has old host file. So fix it with Notepad like this. Remove those strings from here. This is bullshit. And then 3W will work. Should work. Yes, now it works. Well, let me show you this once again. If you go to Explorer, go to C drive, go to Windows System32, navigate to drivers etc, and check host file with Notepad, you will see unneeded strings in here, like for name resolution of 10.10 something. Remove them and restart Firefox, and then navigate to the same URL as your victim. You know, you cannot change URL because 3W goodshopping.com and just simply goodshopping.com is not one and the same fuel qualified domain name. So after that, you'll be able to navigate to this address and press F12 and go to storage and create key for this website. You click plus in here and rename key according to what you have sniffed from the network, and rename value to what you have sniffed from the network. And then just simply refresh the URL which you have sniffed from the network. Go. And that is the result. And tell me if it works. And tell me if you need assistance. Good. Someone else as well? Tell me where you got stuck. I see you got stuck at sniffing. Okay, good. What about here? Make sure to stop attack, to stop sniffing, or you will break into your own traffic.
No, I don't have installed the sniffing tool, so I'm just watching. But I know if I look for cookies and the developer tools of the session, I can feel it.
All right. So I think you don't have it installed, but let me check.
I don't know where it is located, so I was just watching.
All right, good. The next one also succeeded, I see. 0 success. That's a good result. All right, so actually, stock. This is up to you. So anyway, the idea of session hijacking, the first idea of session hijacking is that you have missed a moment when user logs in. There could be another reason. I was working for a local university, such as, for example, university.lv. And students were logged in to https university.lv/login.aspx. And after successful login, they were redirected to HTTP university.lv, say, schedule. So user authentication took place over HTTPS, and then the last work, like all the remaining work, was via HTTP. This is a little bit stupid, but it happened like that. So I just simply sniffed cookies and performed logins to this university network as student by using those cookies, like this. So stealing cookie is one possible option of session hijacking, when you do not sniff the session establishment moment, and then you interact with the session later. That's the idea of this. Next idea is predicting token. Let me check if we have more. Yeah, this one. So sometimes session ID is delivered, say, in URL. It happens like that. So developers just simply deliver session ID in URL. This is very stupid, but this is what they do. As the result, what could be the result? Let me Google this. Latvian hacker Neo. And what did he do? So you could check Wikipedia. He was delivering his tax record to National Tax Service. And then he found out that the URL was something like https nationaltaxservice.lv and reports/1234567. And that was his authenticated session ID. Then he tried to change this ID to another one, to the next one, to the session number 5, and figured out that he got to somebody else's private person tax report. And then he wrote some simple script which enumerated all possible session numbers and figured out a lot of tax reports from persons in Latvia. And the result, he found that a lot of politicians and political persons had very high salaries in poor country. And he began posting this information on the web. That's why he was called as Latvia's Robin Hood. He was posting sensitive information about salaries, about incomes of politicians on the web. But the general idea is that he just simply took his session number and began calculating next session IDs. Like this. Because the session token was easily predictable. It was just like 8 digits. We are less than 2 million inhabitants in Latvia. Then it just simply contained digits, nothing else. And all the sessions considered to be authenticated without expiration. So if you just simply close your browser, your session still authenticated server side. That's why he was successful in this attack. And man in the browser looks different. Let's try web session hijacking. This is a separate rocket science. I'm not as professional on this, but I would like you to see how it looks like, what it's like. Man in the browser. For this exercise, I will use some machine such as whatever, Windows 8. I need to install Java for this exercise. I don't need this one. I don't need that one. I'm going to CEHv13. Let me check if I have this here, Java, JDK, or this Java. I don't remember. So let me try this one, JDK 64-bit. I hope this is the right option. Go. I will tell you, and let's try this all together then. What specifically I will install on that machine is from session hijacking module over ZAP. There are two famous tools, Zero Attack Proxy, ZAP, and one more tool, VERP, this one, which are designed to perform web penetration testing. So let me try ZAP. Go. Cross your fingers. And so what is it? So what is it? Where is my ZAP? Oh, it's on the desktop already. I'm trying to figure out if that Java was good. All right, seems okay. So please do what? Please install from CH tools from prerequisites. Go to JDK 21 and install this version of Java. That's okay. So that's the prerequisite. And when it's done, please install OWASP ZAP. ZAP is located in session hijacking module OWASP ZAP. And run ZAP. I will show you how to configure basic stuff. So this is first. And this one second. Go and tell me when ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good. Good.
Ready.
Thanks.
Ready.
4. Five. All right. So I don't want to persist the session. Not right now. Here. Next, we need to import ZAP certificate. I don't need update add-ons, anything at the moment. My work will be very simple. We need to import CA certificate into computer because we will sniff HTTPS sessions. So I'm going to tools, and in tools, let me check options. In options, I go to dynamic SSL certificates. Okay, network certificates. Network service certificates. You just simply dump this certificate to the desktop and then import this certificate to your local store. Once again, what is it? In tools, options, you scroll down to network service certificates. Take existing certificates, save it to your desktop, and then install it. When installing certificate, please specify precisely that this is going to be local machine, and not automatically select this certificate store is specific one, trusted through certification authorities. Go. So ZAP will issue faked, spoofed certificates for SSL sessions, and we need to trust those certificates produced by ZAP CA. Next, we need to configure proxy settings in browser. Say I see this browser on my desktop. Okay, let it be like that. I'm going to Tools, Internet Options. In Internet Options, I go to Connections, LAN Settings. In LAN Settings, I specify proxy as localhost, port 8080. So it's in Tools, Internet Options, Connections, LAN Settings, proxy, okay. And now all the web traffic from Internet Explorer will go through this proxy. Tell me when ready.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay. So in ZAP, I don't see any I see already traffic, but this is not what I really need. Let me check. Let me Google. Google will tell me if everything is good. Yes, everything is good. So HTTPS traffic is here. The session is